Before we get started, this video is to show what's going on, where it's going on, why it's going on. This is not the end of the earth or any kind of stuff like that, but it is a major event I've been talking about since 2010, and we'll go into it here in just a minute. But there's so many people out there saying so many ridiculous things. I want to state that before we even start the video. All this pressure is coming out through the Hawaii volcanoes for a reason. There's a worldwide event about to happen. The Pacific Plate is about to become the North and South Pacific Plates instead of just the one plate. Here's the video. Hey there, folks. It's 10:48 a.m. Wednesday, May 23rd. This I want to do a timestamp on. I realize there's ways to, I think there is a way to change the time on them. Let's see. There we go. To change the time on a tablet, one of these things. I think, I don't know. Whatever. But it's important I do this one. I mentioned the issue in Hawaii, what's going on, yesterday in the video for a reason. What's happening is something I've talked about since 2010, the second half of 2010, early second half. Let's get that out of here. And, you know, I didn't get it in book number 3. It's not in the book. I forgot to put it in there. I'm concentrating on leaving this body, trying to finish what I need to. And I got to the point where I'm ready, but now the event's happening. So, I need to go ahead and, you know, bring it up anyway. Book number 3 is about your future, and that's an important part of it. It's important that you understand it, what's really happening. For those of you that care about what's really going on. And if you don't, hell, just turn this video off. You're wasting your time. Do something you enjoy. Make yourself happy for the moment. Life's got enough headaches. But anyway, this is not about doomsday. This is not about tsunamis destroying the world or something crazy. This is factual. You'll see it happen. 2010, I started talking with people. Excuse me, going places. Talking with groups of people. 2012, I had already been doing it a while. A lot of the metaphysical stores going around, and they know me. But anyway, I talked about Lemuria Rising again, and it was in my first videos on YouTube. And I got into it with YouTube, Google, and we had some fighting back and forth, and they pulled a couple of videos down, and I told them to get screwed, so I shut down the whole damn channel. I had some choice words for them. Now they're happy, whatever. You know, stuff's done on the other side. I don't get that mad. It's like this stuff with CreateSpace, having such issues with them getting this book done. I'm still having a hard time talking because, like everything else, my whole body is swelling up, but my tongue is too, and I have very jagged places on my teeth. Excuse me. Thanks to the U.S. military when I was in there. Anyway, enough of that garbage. I talked about Lemuria Rising one of the first images those words want to put together to place in your mind is like a whole island jerking and coming up. Well, yes and no. Coming up, yes, but through breaking the water, yes, in some places. There will be places where Lemuria, which was throughout the Pacific Ocean, is going to rise up. And I said when this happened, it was going to be a catastrophic event. However, there was going to be a remarkably small amount of death and damage in such a big event. And I said, that you'd hear it all around the world. The cracking. Well, some people won't hear it, some will. Things have changed. What I was talking about is something that was set up to happen, and that's when the original first being, male and female, were still alive. You know, the ones that everybody calls God. They don't know it. The almighty, all-intelligent, all-loving, all-forgiving God that made hell to punish you forever. Anyway, and again, I'm going to say real quick, if anything is so cool that it's worth your praise, that it's worth having those feelings about, it wouldn't want you to praise it, and it wouldn't allow it. If you kept it up, it would not allow it, because that's them telling you that you're better than they are, and we're not. None of us is any better than anyone else. Excuse me. Anyway, so with them gone, things haven't changed. And Arae's primary focal point is running things. Almost all of it's out of this body. And that's me talking to you. But it's a part of me that's attached to this body. I have a hard time when I go into a body pulling away from it. When you're source, you bond to just about everything. If you're a soul, that's in almost everyone's soul. If you're soul inside a planetary body, you don't bond with it. You don't have the matching frequencies. If you take a rock and throw it in a bucket of water, it's not going to freeze up into one, become one. But when you mix water that's got rocks and stuff in it, whatever, it's got wood, everything in it, if you take that and then you put water in it, other water in it, representing the body, just saying, it'll become one. So it'll mix with what was already there, the source. So it's hard for me to pull out of my body. My last life was exactly like that. After two very serious hunger strikes, trying to get everyone in India to quit fighting, quit the rioting, I got rid of England, and then here comes stupidity. It was the original first being female and male causing the issue. So about 68% of my organs were already not even working. I had two young friends holding me up so I could walk. And then it still took another guy coming up and shooting me 4 times. Not 3, it was 4 times. That's coming out now. I've been saying that for years. Then when I go back into myself, I always take a little piece of the body. I can't help it. I can't get totally torn away from it. Anyway, the reason why I'm bringing this up, excuse me, just a minute. Okay, back. So anyway, so because of that, it's hard for me to get out of the body, and it takes a lot. I've been in here too long, and because it's been that long, and there's other things. There's the other sides. There's stuff over there messing with events, your lives, our lives. Dan and I, especially myself, number one. So it's one thing after the other, and finally what I am outside of the body is going out, like I said in the last video, and killing stuff on the other side. There's a problem. Did it again last night. So because it's time for what I was telling people is right about the time I'm getting out of my body is when things will get started a little bit, but it's going to be after I get out of this body that the bigger stuff happens, but not, it's going to be shortly thereafter. There's that Lemuria will be rising. Now, this issue with Hawaii, it's letting off a lot of steam. Why? It's going to make the cracking softer. The plates aren't going to move that much when it happens, actually creating new plates. So there's going to be less damage done. The waves will be smaller. The amount of deaths goes down. What's actually going to happen, and I've said this before, from the Gold Coast, there's going to be the Pacific tectonic plate is going to be divided. It's going to crack. And it's going to go from around the LA area underneath Hawaii and towards the Gold Coast of Australia. And then you'll have northern and southern tectonic plates. Okay, there's not an act of God, but people call God is dead. So it's not an act of God. You know, there's no God. There was the original first being male and female, which made itself male and female and for company, and it's gone. They're both dead. But it's time for this to happen. Okay, it's part of Gaia's evolution. It's time for Lemuria, some of the stuff to come up. Part of Hawaii was and still is a capital of Lemuria. New Zealand is the southernmost point, I guess, is a pretty big port. But then in the middle of the ocean, other stuff's going to be coming up. The tectonic plates, it's going to crack and then it's going to move a little bit. Okay? As that happens, parts of the ground where it cracks, parts of that is Lemuria. It's literally going to be pushed up. And then some of it will be sticking above the water. Not by much, but it will be sticking above the water. There are artifacts from Lemuria that will be found, but they're going to be found by divers. Almost all of it will be found by divers. I'll show you in a minute that the actual cracking of the plate, for the amount of distance the crack is, especially moving around a little bit, it's not perfectly straight, but it kind of is, but it still moves. It's a third of the circumference, from one end to the other, with the moving in between, the measurement of that crack in the Pacific tectonic plate, the main one. It's a third of the circumference of the planet. It'll be big. You'll feel it. People will be saying God's this, whatever. No, it's just happening, and it's going to be a ride. A lot of people are going to be leaving the bodies anyway, going home, but there's not from incredible disasters and everything. There's a lot of help we've received. It's time for things to turn around here on this planet, as well as all creation, and it's about to. It's already done it immensely on the other side, but you can't see that yet, and it has to happen there. For better cars to come off an assembly line, the workers on that assembly line have to be made healthy first, then they're going to put out a better product. And the other side, which runs this one, is getting fixed. There's two places where where it's going to crack. I explain that and show you with the help of Google Earth. We're going to do that in just a minute, and that way you know you have a better idea of what's going on. When it hits, I explain in better detail. I won't go ahead and say it now. But this is a main event. It's a huge distance. There has to be some problems, but it's going to be minimal compared to what it would have been if the original first being male and female were still here. And you will find all kinds of incredible crystals and stuff from Lemuria. Once everything settles down, there will be divers, famous divers in those huge recovery ships, and individuals going down and getting some of the stuff that's down there. It's not like a treasure chest opening up, but there is some nice stuff that will be seen, and you will find some of the evidence, even some broken up ships that came down here with Lemuria. Now, these things are old. These things are old. It's going to take time. The little fragments that you're going to find here and there, that, you know, this is like 11 million years ago. So, Lemuria was the first colonization of the Earth. And it was a little over 11, just over 11 million years ago. Anyway, let me give you a better detail about what's going on with the plates, and I give you a basic outline of the movement. My drawing isn't that good. My hand isn't at all steady. It's hard for me to do just about anything. But when I do videos from outside of my body, I crank the energy up inside this body so I can function. Because as soon as the video's over, I go back to The Walking Dead, which is fine. I need to leave. But when I first get up early, about 4 o'clock in the morning, I have about 3-4 hours that are the best I'm going to have. So, and then after that, I just shut down the rest of the day that I'm up. But, so I'll be more energetic. In this upcoming section of the video, I did that this morning right after I got up. Well, let's take a look at it, and let me show you a little, give you a little better idea of what's happening. Okay, let's take a look at our tectonic plates here. Get rid of that little, there we go. This is, right about here is the Golden Coast of Australia. Right around here is the LA area. This crack is going to go, it's going to extend from right here up through here underneath Hawaii, coming out right around there. So it's going to go like this. The exact line. Hey, look, I can give you an idea of exactly where it is. I mean, well, it is almost exactly where it is, but longitude and latitude, nah, that ain't happening. Excuse me, and I don't care about that. I care about, you know, what's going on and why. So, this is the Pacific plate. Is a huge, well, it's about to break into a North Pacific and South Pacific plates. And it goes right here. Like I said, I've been talking about this since 2010. But I've only been doing videos since late 2012. Or mid-2012, whatever. Anyway, now, let me get a little more specific on this. Well, first off, before we leave, right about here is where a large break is going to happen. It's going to be very strong. These two breaks are going to happen at about the same time. The break right here is going to be stronger, but there's going to be another one right over here that's a little bit softer, but it's still long. So it's going to be a bam bam real quick. Actually, it's cracking, whatever, who cares. Okay, now, which here, this one, these are all from Google Earth. Oh, that's not the one I want. Hold on. There. This is the Hawaiian Islands. This is around LA. And this is around the Golden Coast of Australia. That's basically the line it's going to follow. Now, how big is this? What kind of distance are we talking about? about a third of the Earth. From California to Australia, there's 8,000 miles, just over. The earthquake distance is going to be almost 1,000 miles more. It's because it moves around. And the circumference of the Earth is estimated at 24,901 miles. Also, if you'll take a notice of this, siliconic life is under the ocean floor. It's just south in the south and east northeast of Hawaii. It's southwest, I guess, of Hawaii and east northeast, and that's along this close to along the fault line. Now, one thing that is going to happen. Let me get out of here again. I want to explain how this crack's going to move. Here's Hawaii. Now, this is basically the line that it follows. When you get around this part of Australia, there's a little bit of differentiation in the plates, but it's not near as broken up as California is. So it comes up, goes through here, gets right underneath Hawaii, and then here again is coming from over there from Australia, coming underneath. Come on, coming underneath Hawaii, coming in. Seems like a straight shot. Excuse me. It seems like a straight shot, but it's not. So it comes up, and then it's going to come in towards LA, but like I said, the whole coast feels it. There's different plates, you know, a little plate here or there. It's all kind of broken up over here. So this whole area is going to be impacted. There'll be some smaller tsunamis and stuff. The reason why Hawaii here is letting off some steam right now is being done on purpose to make the effect, to minimize the effect, the negative effect that this earthquake's going to have. So, let's see, that's that. Poor Cheer's crying. So that basically sums it up. This is not an Armageddon event or something goofy like that, folks. Just all those doomsday folk and the religious zealots. They're all full of crap. Anyone can make a mistake. We all do. Anybody can make a mistake about something like this, but when they come up with all this crazy stuff, man, it's just insane. And you'll find plenty of that on the internet soon. I'm sure it's there ready, but I should have gotten this video out a few days ago. I was aware of it about a week ago. It popped in my head, and I'm like, great. But no, it's not going in the books. The book 3 is finished. Books 1 through 3, all the books, all 4 books are finished. So the mistakes that you find in there are from me writing these books while I'm fighting. The original first being male and female, all the other big things over there that were bigger than them, the first angels. So, you don't like hearing that? That's fine. Love you anyway. Turn the damn video off. I'm a very, as a matter of fact, person. I'm sick, I'm tired, and I'm not in the mood for those people who are not living with an open mind. The people that refuse to look at things through clear eyes, like a child would. First time a child sees something, it's ready to take input and looks at it. And if you don't like something, it doesn't agree with you, drop it, let it go, walk away. So, everybody's so worried about not being told that someone is better than them, or not feeling like somebody can do something better than them. and that they need to be perfect, that they screw their lives up all day long. The thing I've always said about that, what great race car driver hasn't wrecked a ton? What mathematician has never used an eraser or said clear? What artist has never torn up a work and made the same one again to make it an improved version because he learned something from the previous one? Those are progress points. Everyone wants to say, you screwed up, you failed, you suck. Somebody's saying that to you, they got some serious issues. And if they are your friend, why? If they're your parents, hurry up and move. If it's your other half, get the hell away from them. You don't need that crap. There's enough negativity in your lives right now where you don't need more put on you, especially when it's a spouse of some sort. Get the hell away from them. If you can't be yourself, then what the hell are you doing in a body? If somebody wants you to be what they want you to be, screw them. They got their own body. Times are changing. I've been saying this for years. Ain't nothing going to stop it, period. Nothing. No government. No God thing. Of course, it's dead. May of 2013, what was left of them was totally deleted. Angels were the biggest problem. They were the original first being halves servants. They run your body. All that stuff's gone. So anyway, this is going to be a big event. The Pacific crust is going to crack in half. Excuse me. And it'll be registering on different devices everywhere. Still having a hard time talking. Anyway, look, I'm going to get off, but I want to explain what it is. For those people who lose something through this, hopefully not a loved one, but property, I feel for you, man. I really do. But this is one of the things that's going to happen. And it's a long time before the Earth starts changing its shape again, a long time. So, but this is something that's going to start. Oh, also, as you saw in the video, there is, I've looked right at it, there's a type of crystal that's silicon-based life. It's living. It's not just a stone that's got spirit inside it. It's the beginnings of a silicon-based life form on this planet. And that'll be found in the Pacific Basin in different parts where it breaks up. For a while, there's been there's underwater volcanoes all over the Pacific, and for a while they were how many years ago? On and off since 2010, they've been being closed up, so the pressure would build up in the crust, and you will see bubbles come up like the one that just did in Hawaii of lava. So there will be some new ground, but a lot of Lemuria is going to be pushed back up. Okay, some of it will come through the surface. So anyway, it's all good. Things are moving forward. It's hard to see that sometimes when something like this happens, but it's not going to destroy the Earth. It's not going to, be a major to-do. I guess, it's a big thing, but it's still, it's going to be so much less. The negative effects from it are going to be so much less than what it was supposed to be. It makes me feel like that. Anyway, folks, look, love you. Take care, and see you soon.